understand this, and after this we go to the exercise. Okay. Hmm. First going to the exercise, first understand that first we start the session, then set up the environment. Okay, here is the database is the earthquake and volcano. Okay, and now we clean the data, our information. In this exercise you will apply what you learn in pandas tutorial, and the question will be given feedback on your work. Okay, it is the environment. Then we go to the question and study. Check the data types of our session started. Now we check the data types of our data column. Okay, you will be working the data column, you will be working on the data column. Okay, from the earthquake data frame and investigate the column. Now does it look it contain data? What is the data type of the column? Parsing data, here we go, then we just go the what is the data type. Check the data type of our data column. Okay, how to check the data? You will be working the data column for the earthquake. Investigate the column, it has earthquake. What to do here? No, it is not. I want to go the tutorial. Okay. Hmm. So here what is the, if we want to find the data types, data type is the object. Okay, here landslide dot head. Check the data type, so write the NTTYP data and write them. So here what question is, here question is the, you will be working with the data column of the environment and investigate the column. Does it look like, what is the data with the does it so here to do. Okay, so write the earthquake. Okay, earthquake. So first see about the earthquake database. It is the data I want. I don't want the full data set, I want the uh, first 4 columns. Okay, go. And here is the, it is the date, time, and latitude, longitude, type, depth error, depth for the magnitude, and something IDTD. That's it. And you first going to that, first copy paste the data, and here write, here you just write the data. Okay, DTYP data types. Okay, if you check them, that your data is not present. Okay, date, sorry, here I write the date, but is the date, not data. Okay, if you check the answer, the data column of the earthquake does have a dates. Data does have a date. The data is object. Here is the object. Okay, what is the data type? Object. How you understand this? It is object. It is object. Okay, it is a data object. So if we write, uh, you just assume that I want to write this print write the earthquake CKU and write the date. Okay, DATA. Okay, and after the date you write the head. Okay, HEAD, and now print it. You just earthquake head is it, earthquake is the not is a true. Okay, so earthquakes. Okay, okay, now print it. Here is the data type, here is the object, here is the data type is the object. And what is the question here? Question is the, here we will be working with the date column for the earthquake data frame. Okay, and investigate this column now. Right, and does it look like it contain dates? What is the data type of the column? What is the data type of the column? Okay, what is the data type of the column? So next go the convert. Next go the convert our data column to date time. Most of the here convert our data column to the to data. Most of the entire date column follow the same format, month, date, for. If we see that the date here is the month, it is the date, it is the month, and it is the year. Here what about say about convert most of the entire date column month day 4 digit. Oh, okay. First is the month and second is the day and third is the 4 digit here. However, the entire entry index of the 3378 follows a completely different pattern. Okay, here's the earthquake. What is this? It is the index column. Okay, it is here start, it is there. If we just go the ChatGPT and ask about what is this, please uh, mm, what is the syntax for data cleaning? Simply explain. Okay, now go the next topic. It is this. Okay. What is this? It is the it is not cleaning step itself, but it is for load during data to expect part of data. Assume earthquake is a list of pandas data frame. Okay, and 3 is a start index included. It is a not included. Okay. So it return element at index. This is a total 5 rows here. Okay. Here is a 3378 3379 3378 here 3378 3379 33803. Okay, last it is the first is included, last is the excluded. Okay, not included means that this does appear to be issue with the data entry. Ideally all entries in the column have the same format. We can get an idea of how we spread this issue is by checking the length of each entry in the date column. Okay, just it is the date length. Okay, it is the date length. Here's the earth column date, here's the earthquake, it is the data type, and then write the date and the string and the length, and that date length the value count. Okay, here is the this does appear. Okay, look like there are more rows that has the data date in different format. Run the code cell below the obtain indices. Okay, I will put it. Here is the indices and pure data length is the it is. And okay, just see about np where data length is equal to 24. Data length money here sorry, data length is 24. Data length 24. Okay, data length. Okay, data length 24 indices. Okay, give all of the information. It is your turn to create a new column. Data parsed in the earthquake data set that has currently parsed data in it. When completing this problem, you are allowed to amend the enter in the date and time column. Do not remove any row from the data set. Okay. Okay. Uh, hmm. uh, Given all information, it is your turn to create a new column. Date pursuit. Okay. Date pursuit. New column. Date. PARSCD. Date pursuit. In the earthquake data set that is currently pursued data in it. When completing this, you are allowed to but are not require amend the enter in the date and time column. Do not remove any row from the dataset. Since Since there are only 3 rows with a fancy type and you might consider manually editing them, and for instance you can begin by setting earthquakes log 3378 date, so it returns such that log. Okay, goes here. So here is the select the here next go the select the day of the month. Create a panda series day of month and earthquakes containing a day of the month from the data set column. First create the data set column and go here. Here earthquake log. Here earthquake log 337 and date. Here it is 3378 date. 3378 date. 3378 date here, right? And okay. Given all the information done to create a data parsing earthquake that is currently parsing rightly dates in it. Okay. Okay. Yes, right. 3378 560. So 3378 3378 date here, not date we have mentioned here. Okay. So what to do here? Date per set. First is the earthquake, right? Here write the data type name RQSCK. Write the name, just copy this. Just copy this and here 3378 and this here is the date. Okay. What will be the date here? So it is information. But, if you go here and it is the data set, right? This. Okay, you have the data column here. It is you can command date here. Okay, one here what right is 17502 remove why is it, this is the data remove unnecessary time, standardize data for date format and make data easier for. Okay, here what is used here date per seed. Okay, date per seed dot head, it is date per seed and date per seed. Okay, and date per seed is the okay pd dot to data type. It is the date per seed. How date per seed মানে format in the month here date here. Is a database, right? The data per seed and write the pd dot to date time data format and date and format equal to m percentage d percentage wise. So here date every data it is a date. Okay, format. Earthquake is the data per sheet pd.data column. Okay, data pd.data type. If we just also write these things here, okay, we just give error. Yeah, error. Okay, first you just these things are you formatting. Okay. How to do this? Date, right? And the right 02319755. Just see about, okay. Earthquakes. Here, earthquakes. Dot log here. Here is the 3378. 3378 is here. 3378 and the date. Okay. 023 this. Just copy out. Just copy it and paste out. Okay. Just paste out here and these things. Okay. And go next. Earthquake. Earthquake dot log 3378. 3378 and here is the writing, here is the 75127, means that this is the thing 7512 date. Okay. Yes, dot log and here at 20650 and date. Okay, first is the next is the 03 this and just paste out. It is correct. Okay, select the day of the month. Select the create a panda series day month of the earthquake. Here what is same, select the here afterward the select the one, create a panda series. Okay, create a panda series day of month quake. It is the day of month earthquake containing the day of the month from the data per sheet. Now we created the data per sheet. Okay, here create a panda series day of month earthquake containing the day of the month from the data set. So only the day of the month we just collect. Okay, here we just collect the date on the data per sheet. Data per sheet head. Okay, select the day of the month. How to select the day of the month? Here it is the, I guess it is the data type, data per sheet date. Okay, dt dot date. Okay, here is the first you write the data type and write the column name, then date and the day. Okay, day means the column name. Okay, I select the how on now, right? Here is the earthquake. Okay, earth. Okay, I write here THQUA. Okay, earthquakes. Okay, earthquakes. Now write the um, panda series containing the days data per set. T-A date per set. PARSET. And then DT dot day. Okay, I guess it is correct. Yeah, it is correct. Plot the day of the month. Plot means create a graphs. Any graph you create any graph. Plot the day of the month to check to date person. Plot the day of the month. How to plot? Plot of the month. Okay. Plot of day of the month to check the data person. So how to do? So day of the month. So right. It is the day of the month. Landslide. Drop on now. drop on plot the day of the to check data is one of the biggest danger in parsing data in mixing of the month and day. The two data type function does have a very helpful error message, but it does not hard to double check that the day of the month we have extracted makes sense. To do this, let's plot a histogram of the days of the month. We expect it to have values between the 1 and 31, and since there are no reason to suppose the landslide are more common on the some days of the month than others, and the relative even distribution. So remove ns, so day of the month landslide drop on a, and sns dot dist plot, it is the another dist plot, and the day of the month slide, and the kd false means it create the day of the month. How to create? First use drop on a function. What to do? Drop on a function. Drop on as a data cleaning function pointer used to remove missing value from the data set. Okay, it means that non value is the missing value, so it is remove function. Okay, so first we create the AR data. First create the this type of graph. So here we in the drop on a function we remove all the non-function first. Okay, non-function, plot the day of the month in the earthquake. Okay, then first we clean up the with the non-function. So I write the day of the month earthquake here. Okay, day of the month here, and just write that, and the write the function drop on. Okay, he just clean up the data with the non-function, and plot the day of the month. So here what to do? Here we write the SNS and cbond we use, and the cbond, and here is the function of the dist plot. Okay, dist plot, and the write the all of this, and kd here false. Okay, here kd is false, and here beans is the 31. Okay, okay, so here sns on the sorry here sns dot dist plot. Okay, uh, sns dot dist plot here, dist plot. After that write the this kd does false and bins equal to 31. Okay, it is a graph. Okay, check your. Okay, now is a bonus challenge. Okay, bonus challenge is for an extra challenge. You will work with the Smithsonian dataset that document Earth, volcano, and their eruptive history over the past 10,000 years. Run the next code well. Now okay, it is try parsing column last known eruption from the volcano data frame, and this column contains mixture of text years both before the common era and these things here, and optional mode. If you're interested in graphing, if you're interested in graphing time series, you will go the okay, check out the tutorial. What is this? It is the time series plotting. What is this? Time series plotting. Okay, data time series plotting. We can also look column parse data argument here, and okay, time series plotting. Time series plotting. What is this, and what is the percentage for to data cleaning and for beginner? Okay, it is to study or not. Time series problem is drawing a graph data over time axis. So a simple example is the data plotting this. So why time series plotting important? Time series will help you see the trend, detect outlier, find seasonal. Yes, rule cold data, clean data, inception, believe yes, but only basic level. You do not need an advanced level. Convert data column to distance, short date by time, same line for how much 10%, 5%, 50% learning time. How much time is a beginner? 10-15 data cleaning, visualization. uh, this is a time series plotting. Okay, it is a tutorial, it is optional. Optional means that you study that. Okay, what to do here. uh, it is a bookmark. I do the bookmark here, and why are here your work. In bookmark option, I see the time series plotting. I study here. I study today both function. Okay, and work with the character encoding. On a now we go the okay. Now we go the yeah, data cleaning. Okay, so data cleaning we complete the parsing data. We complete, I guess not completed. I guess I completed full. Here why it is just say about I don't complete run also. Yeah, it's completed, bro. Okay, one is the next is the character encoding, and next is the inconsistent data encoding. Okay, now go the character encoding and understand the what here. Avoid Unicode decode errors while loading CSV file. Okay, in this notebook we are going to be working with the different character encoding. Let's get started. Okay, get our environment set up. The first thing we will need to do is load in the library we'll be using, not our dataset though. We'll get go at it later. Okay, first is the environment. What are encodings? Character encodings are the specific set of rules for mapping from raw binary byte string to character that make up human relatable text. Just look like it is a binary. Okay, character encoding, what to do, it is a binary code and it converts the binary code in the text like hi. This type means that English alphabet. Okay, that's we understand what this binary code talk about. Binary code is the language of the computer language and our language is the human language, and this character encoding convert the binary code into human language, human readable text. Okay, there are English not a human language. Human languages are many. There are many different encoding, and if you try to read in text with different encoding than the on it is origin written, you ended up with the scrambled text called the Mosaic. And here is the example. You might also end up the unknown character. There are what get printed when there are no mapping between a particular byte and a character in the encoding you are using to read your byte string in, and they look like this. Character encoding matches are less common today than they used to be, but it is definitely still a problem. There are a lot of different character encoding, but the main one you need to know UTF-8. UTF-8 is the standard text encoding. All Python code is in UTF-8. Identify ideally all your data should be as well. Here's when things are not in UTF-8 that you run into trouble. It was pretty hard to deal with encoding in Python 2, but thankfully in Python 3 it is not simpler. And Kaggle notebook, okay, it is the started the string. Okay, what are the encoding here? What are the encoding? You just go the ChatGPT and ask what are the encoding? What are the encoding? Coding. Okay, encoding in the data cleaning machine learning means converting text number into the computer can understand why encode is needed. Your data set has a value like ASCII review as a model cannot calculate with this. So encode into number. Main type of level encoding. Every category gets on number, and on hotcode encoding and ordinal encoding. Okay, the frequency encoding, target encoding, it is this. Okay, understand this. Okay, now character. Now go, it is the start with the string. It is a before, it is the variable, and this is euro symbol. Okay, and it is a type here, it is a string. Now go, the other data type is the byte data type. Other data type is the built-in function here, your byte data type. There are built-in function Python's, and here's all of this. So the other data type is the byte data types, which is the sequence of integer. You can convert a string into byte, and by specifying which encoding it is, and encoding it to different encoding. Okay, replacing the character that raises error after is equal to before dot encode UTF-8 arrow replace check the type after. Okay, if you look at byte object, okay, what is byte. Byte huge. A byte is a basic data in computer. One byte is 8 bits, you know that. If you look at a byte object, you will see that it has a b in front of it and b in front of it, and that's because byte are printed out as if they are character coded in ASCII. ASCII is the oldest character encoding that does not really work for writing any language other than English. Here you can see that our euro symbol has been replaced with some mosaic that's look like this, and when it printed as if were an ASCII string. Okay, when we convert our byte back to a string with the character encoding, we can see that our text is all the correctly, which is great. Convert it to back in UTF. Uh, and what is UTF? UTF begin of a UTF text encode system. It tells the computer how to store character as a byte. Okay, it tells how to store. Computer store everything zero once, not later. UTF is a rule book to converting the text. Different language of the different character. ABC, Bengal, and C. UTF can store all of them. Okay, how it is use 1 to 4 byte per character and common character. Means that UTF what it UTF-8 is the text encoding. UTF-8 is the text encoding system. It tells computer how to store character, letter, number, symbol as a byte. Okay, computer store everything zeros, not in letters. However, when however when we try to use the different encoding to map our byte into a string, we get an error. This is because the encoding we are trying to use does not know what to do with the byte we are trying to pass it. You will need to tell Python the encoding that the byte string actually is supposed to be. You can think of different way of recording the music. You can record the same music on a CD, cassette, tape, or a track. Well, the music may sound more or less the same. You need to use the right equipment to play the music from each recording format. The correct decoder is like the cassette player or a CD player. If you try to play cassette in a CD player, it's just a one not work. Okay, try to decode our byte with the ASCII encoding. Print after decode ASCII. Okay, here is the give the arrow. ASCII code cannot decode the byte 08 in position. Okay, we can also run into trouble if you try to use the wrong encoding to map from the string to byte. Like I said earlier, string are the UTF-5 by default in Python 3. So if we try to treat them like they are in another encoding, will create a problem. For example, if you try to convert a string byte for ASCII using encode, and we can ask for the byte to be what they would be if the text is in ASCII. Since our text is not a ASCII through. Okay, there will be some character it cannot handle. We can automatically replace the character that ASCII cannot handle. If we do that, however, any character not in ASCII will just be replaced with the unknown character. Then when we convert the byte effect to the string, the character will be replaced with the unknown character. The dangerous part about this is that they are not way to tell which character it should have been. This means we may just start the string. It is a before it is the euro symbol, encode it to different encoding, replacing the character that is an after it is a before encode and ASCII arrow replace. Convert it to back a UTF print afterward. This is bad. We want to avoid doing this. It's far better to convert all our text to UTF as soon as we can and keep it in the encoding. The best time to convert non UTF-8 input into UTF-8 is when you read in file, which will talk about the text. Reading in file with encoding point. Most file you encode with the problem encoding with UTF-8. This is what Python expect by default. So most of the time you will not run into the problem. However, sometimes you'll get error. Okay, notice notice that we get the same Unicode dagger that we got when we try to decode UTF byte, as if though we were asking. This tell us that this file is not actually UTF byte. We do not know what encoding it actually is though. One way to figure it out is to try and test a bunch of different character encoding and see if any of them work. A better way, though, is to use the character normalizer module to try and automatically guess what the right encoding is, and it's not a 100% guarantee to be right, and but it is usually faster than just trying to guess. I am going to just look at the first 10,000 byte of this file, and this is usually enough for a good guess about what the encoding is, and is much faster than trying to look at the whole file. Okay, trying to look at the whole file. Okay, so now go the here and here is a look at the first 10,000 byte to guess the character encoding and the open. Okay, and set up the normalize this, and as a character is 70, the confidence that the right encoding is the window 155. Let's see, is that correct? Read the in the file you're writing the encoding detector normalization. Just not read. Here is the kickstarted. Okay, kickstart was it is the variable. Okay, kickstarter it is the pd.read csv. Okay, reading the file, seeing your file. Okay, we do not understand that. We go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. It is we understand what is the encoding. We understand it is the string. Start with the string here. Okay, start with the hash here. Start with the string. So what here, right? So first here, here create a variable. Name is the before. Okay, here before, and it write something this. Okay, then write the type. This where you just check up the type. Okay, next go. The other way is and then write the after, that is, and write the before variable, then dot, and write the encode function. This encode function write an here e to f8 and arrow is equal to replace. Okay, here write the type, here write the after. So here is the encoded defined encoding replace. Here is the byte, and the other the byte. What is the sequence of? Take a look what a byte of byte. Okay, print after dot decode detail 0 s. Print after the ASCII it is give error. And what is when I start with the string, here write the string that is before. Here something write at one string, then write the after, before after write the before string. Here it is the encoded to different encoding replacing the character that reserve, and this function after function what to do, encode means that which character are ASCII there's a character, there is then they get error replace. Here means that here which ASCII function are give error, it replace it, and the print the function, print the after dot decode function ASCII here. Okay, okay, go the next, reading in file with encoding. Here is the kickstart design. Okay, go. Yeah, normalize. Look at the first 10,000 byte as raw date. বলেন হ্যাঁ বুঝছি না কো গিদা হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ সব সাত Go this it is a question here. It is a setup completed. Now get our environment. What is encoding? Okay. What is the encoding? What is the encoding? You are working with a dataset composed of data in the code cell, and in the code cell, and thus it is a sample entry. It is a print dataset, and action is not defined. Okay, not defined. What talks about? You are working with a data set composed of bytes. Run the code cell below the print same entry. Okay. Name. You notice that it does not use the standard UTF format. Yes, I noticed that. Use the next code cell to create a new entry that changes the encoding from this to this. UTF to UTF should have bytes. Okay, let's check out. I want to hint of this question. Try using dot decode. Okay, try using dot decode here. Decode function. See about what is the syntax here. Decode. It is the import. It is the decode function. Convert it to back UTF. Okay. Print after dot decode. It is. You notice it does not to you. You notice that does not use to standardize. Okay, I'm just see the answer. Here is the before. Before is the sample decode is the this, and before dot encode. Okay, okay. You notice that you notice that it does not use the standard UTF-8. Of the next code will create a code cell to create a variable new entry that changes the encoding from big5 TW to UTF-8. New entry should have the byte data type. Okay, so it is a before function. Sample entry dot encode. So first here we write after the checkup. First write the before function. Okay, before function where we write the data sample entry sample entry dot okay, and before dot encode. And now I understand the encode, the sample entry dot encode, I guess. Decode dot decode. A sample, here is a sample entry, something is missing. So it is not defined. Okay. Sample entry. What is the decode? What is encode? Decode function and encode function. What is encode decoder used to convert text byte. Encode function text string to byte and human read text computer read data. It is what is convert encode function? What it is the text. It is convert to bytes. Okay, human read text computer stored byte. It is a encode UTF and print hello output. That's a byte. And decode function is the byte to text. Okay, so encode is the encode is the English to computer language, and decode is the reverse. Encode is the English to computer language. So first what to there decode function. Decode function means it is a computer function. Computer thinks it. Then we convert into decode function. In the decode function we convert in the human nature language. Okay, then we convert into encode function. encode function. Okay, encode function means that encode into, not mention here what is encode here. Okay, read in file with encoding problem. Use the code cell below to read in this file path. It is the file path, and figure out what the correct encoding should be and read in the file data frame is the police killing. Okay, feel free to use additional code cell for supplement work to get credit for finishing question. You need the question to get it as a correct option. You use this code cell for any additional work, and the first work is the here read in files with encoding problem. Use the code cell below to read. First we here what to do here, we read the file path. It is a file path. Okay, read the file path and figure out what correct encoding should be and read in the file data frame from police calling. Just go the it is a decode function and error here, reading file encoding problem. How to do reading file encoding problem? First to try out, it gives error. Okay, okay, reading in file, reading in file in encoding, or reading in file with encoding, reading in files in encoding format. How to do this? When you read a file, you must tell Python. When you read a file, you must tell Python how text is encoded. Meaning UTF, Latin one, etc. If you do not, you might get a garbage character errors. Reading a CSV file with pandas, input a pandas ID and PD. PD.readCSV is the write the CSV file. I have a file path. Okay, I have a file path. Okay, no problem. If you already file path, if you follow um, file path, they write the file path name and df.file path and encoding UTF. If UTF gives the error, try this Latin one or IOSN. If your file text file UTF, if your file black sense. Okay. No, here in the here what to do? Okay. Hmm. So reading the file. Okay, I want to submit here. If you try to guess encoding with the first 100 bytes of the my file, it might give the you the wrong. Try using one more line of the file. Okay, using hint, give me the theory behind the problem. If you try to guess the encoding, core ID encoding, detection statistics are not exact. Why guess encoding? What is the why first and not English? Why first 100 bytes may fail? Early part file path may contain only ASCII character. Okay, now we use this character. First we write the here. Okay, file. Okay, file write and write the CSV file. Use a cursor to file at the right to figure out. Okay, okay, just press it. File dot hat 3 str object no attribute at. Okay, let's give error now. Load in the data form correctly. Okay, write the file path and uh, write the function here. Okay, I follow the ChatGPT rules. Okay, df.pd dot read CSV and write the file and encoding, I guess right here. Encoding is equal to UTF-8. Okay, here UTF-8 and UTF-8 is right here, and but if your file is a text file, file. I want to see the solution. Okay. PD.read CSV encoding here Windows 1252. Windows 1252. Okay. Use the code save and figure out the correct encoding should be written in the file data frame. Police killing. Okay. Write it here also. Okay. Load the data frame correctly. Okay. I guess it is gives error. Okay. Here works we use the code cell to read the file but figure out what correct encoding should be. Okay. Encoding should be okay. Here encoding Windows 1538. So it is used read the file encode read in the file encode detect the character normals. This encoding will be used here. Okay, now it is correct, I guess. Correct, not correct. Why give error? I don't understand. Okay, I guess a file path is just something is wrong. Fatal.police. Okay. Now it gives error. Why? Saving your file with UTF encoding. Save a version of the police killing to dataset to CSV. With UTF encoding, your answer will be marked correct after saving this file. Note, when using to CSV method, supply only the name of the file. This saves the file at the file path and save the police killing dataset to CSV, saving encoding dataset to the CSV. Okay. So saving your file in the UTF-8 here. What is this? Uh, saving your file is the UTF-8. Okay. It is used to what is the uses here? This yeah. Next question is the next question. Saving your file with UTF-8 in encoding. Okay. Save a version of police killings dataset to CSV with UTF encoding. Your answer will be marked correct after saving. Here, what about asking? Save a version of the police killing dataset. Okay, save a version of the police killing dataset to CSV. Police killing dataset to CSV with UTF encoding. Your answer will be marked after saving. Okay. Encoding. When using 2CSV method, supply one this. So what is the 2CSV method? 2CSV method. 2CSV method. 2CSV is a pandas method to use to save data frame into CSV file. Okay, data frame into CSV file. Here what asking? Here asking that saving a version of the police data set to CSV with UTF encoding. Okay. Here how to save it? Yeah. As how to save it? Save the police data set. Okay. How? First, in this syntax, follow the syntax. df to CSV. Here, clean dataset CSV. Clean dataset CSV. What is the clean dataset CSV? It is a CSV name. Okay. Why I need to see the supply on the file of this, and this the save file path of this. Okay. File path. This is the save the file path. Yeah. Okay. Write the file. File 2 that store the file path. Okay. And I just copy the Kaggle save my file, paste it here, and next column I write the this column name police killing. Okay, police killing, copy out and paste here. Okay, police killing dot I convert into CSV file. Okay, so see in this to CSV method we convert the CSV file. Okay, and after this write the uh, write the file to after that you write the also my file dot csv my file dot csv. Here you encoding here what encoding here is the UTF-8. Okay, UTF-8 and index will be the false. Index will be the false. Okay, correct. It is correct. Okay, go the next question. Up next. Okay, start the tutorial. Okay, run all. Okay, go the next question. Okay, start tutorial. Go. It is the inconsistent data entry. Okay, efficient fix typos in your data. Inconsistent data entry. In this notebook, we are going to learn how to clean up inconsistent text entries. Okay, let's get started. Get our environment setup. It is our environment setup helpful modules reading all our data. Import pandas numpy helpful modules. Import fuzzy import. Okay, do some preliminary texting previous will begin to it is a professional professor head. Okay, say we are interested in cleaning up the country column to make sure there's no data entry inconsistent in it. Okay, we could go through and check each row by hand, and of course uh, hand correct inconsistency when we find them. There are more efficient way to do this though, and get all unique values in the country column and country professor and country dot unique. Okay, get all unique values in the country column. Get all the unique values in the country column. It is the country, it is the name of the countries. Okay, write the professor, country and unique. Okay, all unique column here, and countries dot short countries. Okay, just looking at this, I can see some problem due to inconsistent data in Germany. For example, New Zealand. The first thing I am going to do this is make everything lowercase and remove any white spaces at the beginning and end of the cell. Inconsistency in capitalization and trailing white spaces are very common in the text data. You can fix at a good 80% of your text data entry inconsistent by doing this. Convert to lowercase. Okay, it is a professor country, it is a string.lower, it convert the all things in the lower case, and it is a remove the trailing it is the unnecessary all spaces, it remove that. Okay, professor dot row name. Okay, column name, and after the str it is the string object, it find and it is converting in a lower function. Okay, convert in a lower function, convert it in a lower function. Use fuzzy matching to correct. Okay, get all unique values in the country column. Countries, professor country dot unique, countries dot short. Okay, is Australia, all unique value. It look like there is another inconsistency. South Korea and South Korea should be the same. Okay, here South Korea. Okay, South Korea should be same. We are going to use a fuzzy package to help identify which string are the closest to each other. Here, these two I want to uh, in many times many columns are the same, but their format is the different. But in the unique here, their format. Example is the South Korea, this South Korea, and here it is. They are the same, but here because of the format of the things. So it remove what is the function is a fuzzy package to help identify which string are the closest to it. This data is simple enough that we should probably could correct error by hand, but the approach does not scale well. Would you want to correct 1,000 error by hand? What about a 10,000? Automating things as early as possible generally good idea, plus it's fun. Okay, fuzzy matching. The purpose of the automatically finding test string that are very similar to the target string. In a general, a string is considered the closer to the another on the fewer character. You had need to change if you are transforming on string into another. So appel and the snapple are two changes away from each other, and will in and on change away. You will not always be able to rely on the fuzzy matching 100%, but it is usually end up saving you at least a little time. Fuzzy was a return a ratio given to string. The closer the ratio is to 100, the smaller the edit distance between the two strings. Here we are going to get the C string. Get the term closest matches to the South Korea. Write the matches and the write the first write the match. You first write the variable, and the function use the fuzzzy fuzzy oz wuzzy fuzzy oz. Okay, dot process process the process dot extract. Okay, and write the South Korea. Okay, South Korea, South Korea, and write the countries, write the limit here limit equal to 0, and the score equal to, and the fuzzy OZ dot fuzz token short ratio. Take a look at them matches, okay? And South Korea, we can see that two of the items in the cities are very closer to South Korea, South Korea. That replace all row in a country column and that have a ratio greater than 47 in the South Korea, okay? 47 in South Korea. Function to replace row in uh, function to replace row in the provided column of the provided data frame that matches the provided string above the provided ratio. The provided string def replied match and def column string to match minimum ratio 47. Get the unique string here, get the top 100 closest matches to input string, get only the ratio of the greater than 90, get the rows of the, okay, replace all rows, and okay. Now that we have a function we can put at the test, okay. And now understand this, and the first is the function that replace the rows provided column provided data frame. Here write the function that here give the replace and dot. Here the variable also first is the df, next is the column, next is the string to match, next is the minimum ratio, okay, equal to here write the 47, okay. And get the list string and get the list of unique string. First is the write the string function. This string function find the all unique column here, okay, all unique strings. Get the top closest matches to our input string, write the matches here, and fuzzy OZ, right, fuzzy OZ, okay, dot the process dot extract, okay, and string to match, write the string to match, okay, then write the strings, and then here limit equal to 0, and then square, okay, square equal to fuzzy OZ dot fuzz dot token dot short ratio, okay. Okay, get next it will get the top 10 closest and only get matches with a ratio greater than 90, so right there closest, so but here right give the function, okay, matches 0 for match in matches if matches 1 greater than equal to minimum ratio, okay. Get the rows of all close matches in our data frame, row with matches, okay. So row with matches, so how to write df column dot is e close match row with match here, right, and the column and the string to match, okay. Next is the letters of the functions done, okay. Go down, get and now let's check the unique value in our country column below. Unique, short editing and neutral, and continue cleaning in the data. Now all of this are learning, and now here we apply them. Okay, start the session, set up the environment. Okay, so what here, right? From LAN tool code import binder and blinder bind global from LAN tool data cleaning plain setup environment is a panda numpy helpful modules here read all on our data sets and okay. Next we'll redo all work that we did in this tutorial. Convert to lowercase here, okay. It is a country column and it is a string.y. It convert the lower column. It convert the I guess not higher column exist. Get the top 10 closest matches to South Korea. Countries Professor South. So matches fuzzy. Fuzzy OZ process extract South Korea countries limit 10 মানে 10 and South. FATF replace unique find the unique get the top 10 closest here. Okay. and only get matches ratio greater than 19, get the all ratio and all done. Okay, just set up. Okay, on here some question here. Okay, so first question is the examine another column. Write code below to take a look at all unique values in the graduate from column. Okay, do you notice any inconsistency in the data? Can any of the inconsistency in the data be fixed by the removing white spaces at the beginning and the end cell? And once you have answered this question on the code cell below to get credit for your work. Okay, to get credit to you notice any inconsistency in the data set. If you find, do you notice? I want to some background music for me of my, because so first is the examine the another column. মানে write code below, write code below to take a look at all unique values from the graduate column. Write a code below to look at all unique values from the graduate column. Okay, right here. Uh, do you notice any inconsistency there? Can any inconsistent data be fixed by removing white space at the beginning and end? Once you answer this question on the code cell below in the code format. Okay, first write the function, write function one. Okay, func one. Okay, write the code below to lower only in a graduate column. So what is the database? The database name was the df. Okay, I guess df here, not the professor. Okay, here is the data name is the professor. Okay, professor, and here g just copy things here, here copy out and paste here and write the unique function, a unique unique function. Okay, this return you this return not return. Okay, one. Okay, here what returns here, area is the Asian engineer. Okay, launched Chinese University of the Balcony for the Asians and Balcony, as well as University of the Banana University. Oh my God, how I see that all of the things. Oh my God, do you notice any inconsistency in the data? Can any consider data fixed by opinion? Okay, their inconsistency can be by removing white at the beginning and of the, for instance, University of Santa Fe both appear in the column. Okay. Do some text pre-processing. Okay. Convert every entry in the graduate from column to the professor and to remove white spaces at the beginning. Okay. Option 2. Write the professor space and stripe incorrect value for professors. In this tutorial, you did the same operation on the different way. In this tutorial, the inconsistency. Okay, what asks about here? Asks about that did some text pre-processing. Convert every entry in the graduate from column in the professor data frame to remove white space at the beginning and the end of the cell. Okay. Unique dot short stl lower unique get all unique below. Okay, ask the ChatGPT give me an hints or um, some theory behind to solve this problem. Okay. So here what you write theory and here so far you have a column graduate from, okay, in the data frame called professor. Some cells may look like yeah, and so you want to remove extra spaces. Okay, so you co- core concept behind the solution string can contain hidden white spaces, leading spaces before the text, trailing spaces. Okay, pandas column can store text as a graduate from object in data type. Back to the string operation, Pandas does not clean once at a time anyway. Instead, it provides specific string. So this is first. What's a removal concept leading? First string is the ask yourself: is this numeric problem or string? It's a string problem. Yeah. Do I want to clean one cell, every cell in the column, every cell? Okay. Remove extra space by the end. Okay. How to do this? Yes, strip function. Here we use the strip function. Know that. I guess this will be the correct. Here something is this function use here is mm, str strip, okay, str strip, str and strip, okay. I guess now also it is correct, str dot strip. Okay, incorrect value from the professor, incorrect value from the professor. Okay, there's a graduate from uh, graduate from. I write the same way. Okay, now write professors. Okay, okay. In this way, right? My writing is not correct. Here, in this way, right? Function, not write the function to here. Okay, in this way, right? So you correct. Okay. Continue working with the countries. In this tutorial, we will focus on cleaning up inconsistency in the country column. Okay, consistency in the country column. Run the code cell and below to view the list of unique values that we ended with. Okay, uh, get all unique values. Get all unique values in the city column. It is the countries, professor country, and sort them alphabetically. Okay, do it. Yeah, yes, the array Australia, Canada, and something here. Take another look. Okay, Australia, Austria, Canada, China, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hong Kong, Ireland, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Malaysia, Marotti, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Pakistan, Portugal, Russian Federation, Saudi Arabia, Scotland, Singapore, South Korea, Spain, Sweden, Thailand, Turkey, UK, Urbana, USA, USA. Okay. Take another look at the country column and see if there are any more data cleaning we need to do. It looks like USA, US should be the same country. Correct the country column the data frame. Okay. Take another look at the country column and see if there are any more data cleaning we need to do. It looks like USA and USO4 should be the same country. Okay. Uh, Correct. Take another look at the country column and see if there are any more data cleaning we need to do. It looks like USA user should be the same country. Correct the country column in the data frame USA Indonesia. Okay. Use the most recent version of the data frame with the words at the beginning and of the column remove from the question 2. So if I want a hint, use the replace matches in column. Okay. Replace matches in column last. Go the last. Uh, replace matches in column. Okay, use the function we just wrote, replace column South Korea with the S South Korea. And how to write the how you write here replace matches in column. Okay, here write the df, that is the most with the professor. Okay, write the column name, write the string to match, and it is the format of the code. Okay, go and just write here. Okay, here write the replace dot matches matches in column COLU and okay, and here df will be the what is the database name, it is the professor. Okay, copy and the database name. Okay, and column name, here column and the string to match, here column name what is that, take another country column, name of the country is a country. Okay, write the country column and column, see if there are any more data cleaning. It's like USA should be the same. Okay, and string to match. Okay, string to match, here at the USA. Just print incorrect value from the professor. Okay, first is the matches writer and fuzzy wuzzy process extract USA country limit 10 and ratio and all of this. What did here? Write the matches and fuzzy wuzzy process extract, here extract the data USA countries 100. Okay, so token ratio and write these things, USA minimum ratio is 17. Just copy this and paste it here. And run this. Or incorrect value from for professor. Okay, country is colon limit 0. I want to save for the professor. Okay, dataset prfawsors.add3. Teachers in university currently teaching department provided provisions on designation, term graduate from country, year, specialized area, and other informations. So what dear professors and columns. Here asking was the incorrect value from professors. Okay, incorrect value from the professor. Okay, here I guess it is right. So what to do here? What to do here? Hmm. First is the matches function. Okay, what is I code best, but I understand. First is the matches function. Okay, this matches function is the fuzzy function here. Here, fuzzy fuzzy use dot process dot extract. Okay, it's a USA function use. Here use the countries. Right there, limit equal to 0. Here use the school function. School function is the fuzzy fuzzy dot fuzz to gain sort and ratio, and after that it function the replace. Okay, replace matches in column. Write the df, that is a professor. Here is the column is the country, and the string to match 70. Okay, so it is given. Okay, go to course page, see about the and I completing this formalization.